EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. For the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Again, it's Robinson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Robinson up the middle. And every tackle about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with May. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Real quick, whole squad on that rail. 0 to 100, real quick. Real quick. 0 to 100, real quick.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Here's May. Caught by Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the shotgun, it's May. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They start the drive with Peterson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
2nd and 9 now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. And now an audible here into something else. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. This defense for the Falcons very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was spot free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
95.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. And the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity miss there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
He'll drop to throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. 1st down, here's the run with Peterson. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jalen Walker in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Looking to throw. May. There's a nice move. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The Falcons at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. To throw, it's May. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. From the shotgun, May with it. And his throw is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On play action, May. And this is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, here we go, throw. Hey, what's crazy? Crazy. Hey, 5. Yeah, you're here. Here you go. Crazy.
From the gun, it's May. it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On the slant, this is Chark. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then you not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Kind of put themselves up from that one.
First and 10 at the 46.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. To the air, May. Short throw caught by Pitts. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And a broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Falcons first down.
Back to Robinson now on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run again here with Robinson. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Brings up 3rd down.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll throw with May. And he's got it. Touchdown! Bijan Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, good return up past the 30.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Ready.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now they'll change things up. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this is caught. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
Spike, Dixie. Ready.
Back to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. DJ Chark as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there. They'll go for 2.
Here we go. It's ready.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Lewis-Cine, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
First down.
They run over center with Peterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Blue 32. Blue striking. Set.
They'll drop the throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Breaks through the contact. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Option play. Here's Robinson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Again to Robinson on the option. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing here is May. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Back to throw now on 1st down. May looking to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's May. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Robinson on a give right side. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Robinson again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
4th and goal.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. May going to try and throw for it. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points.
Falcons 15.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
First down, Vikings.
Now they'll shift things around. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
They'll set up to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Here we go.
They'll send Moss in motion right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Yellow, black 40. Blue striker.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the 2nd half and take over.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, really with you. I should probably sound a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Five. Crazy.
From the shotgun, it's May. Jones has it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Here's May. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They run the draw here with Robinson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking to throw, May. And faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line.
Falcons first down.
They go play action now. May. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 8-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready?
They run again with Peterson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
On the double. Black shot. Rest. Here we go. Set.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
And the Vikings first down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Ready, set, go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. But he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Ready, blue. Ready.
Now back to throw. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down and give yourself an opportunity.
And this will be a Falcons first down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Five. Crazy.
To throw, it's May. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Crazy. Five. Crazy.
To the air, May. Now he'll tuck the... And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
They'll come up now on second down.
Here. 5. Hey, what's that?
They'll throw with May. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Crazy. Hey, what's that?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This is Robinson.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown. 75 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits?
That run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will
take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of it.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Where was that? Hey, what's that?
Robinson up the middle. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Loss of 6. It's now 3rd and 13.
Crazy, 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 crazy.
Throwing here is May. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Hey, what's up? 5. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
They'll set up a throw. Got his man down. And inside the 20 before it's brought down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Hey, what's that? 5. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. Well, finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
5. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
May going to try to throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. The goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
But Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home.